Hello everyone, how are you going? And welcome back to Mini Motorways, where there is another week and another challenge presented to us. And so it's on Lisbon, and it's unzoned to the bane of every single person's existence. Slow the flow. Wait, what? The speed limit is decreased on bridges. I haven't heard that before. I guess I saw the fast one, but that is the first time I've seen that. And then start with 3 motorways. Ooh. Well then, considering Lisbon is such a bridgy map, this will be interesting, but at least that's nice and standard. Oh, but already we're feeling the effects of unzoned, with the yellows just coming in and crossing over the oranges. Okay, I guess it could be worse. There's always worse in unzoned. You never know truly how in despair you could be. At least now that I have a roundabout, or particularly because I have the 3 motorways, if I really need to just cut people off from the rest of the world and just give them their own line, I can do it. Or if I need to mix them, I can do that as well. Okay. You can go in there and you can go in there, and I guess this is probably going to be needed. Every single person will be needed on this map, and that is the hardest part of unzoned. How do you possibly just collect everyone? I'm not too sure which one I want, because I'm not going to be struggling with road tiles too much. There is nothing that particularly takes road tiles, no motorways, no bridges, but I don't really feel like the traffic lights on. I've already got 2, so I'm just going to take them. So where are people going to be spawning next? I believe it's meant to be another orange. I really still know. Oh, yellow. Okay. I guess everyone's pretty close already. So it's just a bit, like I said, it just becomes so mixed up. Oh yes, week 3 comes and I get another motorway. So at least I guess I can have up to 11 or 12 motorways, which I will definitely be needing. But I would also like to get a bridge at some point, because even though they're slower, I'm absolutely going to need them. Either way, I will take that. And how do I want to be doing it? Because I've made the Eye of Sauron here, so at least they're all connected in. But I also had a lot of people spawn in, and I think I need to join them all in. Well, honestly, so far I'm pretty happy with the entire thing. I mean, it's obviously unzoned, so there's a lot of road tiles in use, but there's nothing too crossed over. I've even managed to separate everything. And then now that, yes, I've got some bridges. Yes. At least I can now manage people when they eventually expand over to the island, so to say. But with an orange as well, yeah, I guess I've got enough people around there. It could be worse. I'm just playing the waiting game, and it's kind of putting me on edge because I just don't know how screwed I'm about to be. Ooh, a blue? Yeah, you know what? That could be worse, because I've got a blue right here. Thank you very much. Especially because these guys don't even have anyone out of their house. They can now even get used. So that is actually all right. I just want to block up that spot because I don't want anyone else spawning in here if it's not an orange. Or actually, now that I've got you, that just frees up these guys. Even better. Oh, that's a little bit of a painful one because I already have so many motorways, so it feels ridiculous to take it, especially because I'm not getting my double or even quadruple bridges anymore. I'm kind of just blown away by how well this is working. I mean, it's only 270 points, but I've got plenty of motorways at my disposal, all 5 of them. I still have a bridge, and so I'm ready and prepped for when it just jumps ship and goes over to the other islands. I mean, there we go, just immediately a light blue over there. But then it also just goes and gives me that choice once again, which once again, it feels ridiculous because I only have 1 bridge and I now have 6 motorways. So, but that is exactly why you want to be taking motorways, because motorways can do everything a bridge can do, just better, and especially because bridges now slow people down. So I guess even though this guy did join in second, I will join him in, and then, yeah, I'm out of bridges. Sadly, I've got 1 here and 1 here, so that's not the greatest, but I'll take the closer one, and if I need to, just to make people survive, I will put in 2 motorways for now. Ooh, ouch. Damn, alright, yellow, maybe I can take yellows up and over that guy instead. Yeah, but I've got a few people down here, which makes that decision so much easier. There we go. Join all of you in and just move the motorway over. Done. And then just done. Everything is just looking pretty neat. I mean, in saying that, I'm sure the mere mention of those words has utterly cursed me into non-existence, but it's just facts. It's just everything's connected in with relative ease. Nothing is even crossing over, I don't believe, and I've still got so much stuff. Oh, yes, finally another bridge. Thank you very much. Even though the 40 road tiles would be nice, nothing compares to just 1 more bridge. Alright. I don't have that many whites at my disposal, so that's a little bit annoying. I've got most of them spawning up the top left. I've got most of my motorways just down the middle center. Otherwise, a few in the middle. That's just another motorway though. Oh, I do have 1 guy down here, so I guess I can just join him in while I just try and figure this out. But oh my goodness, I'm just now seeing how slow they truly do go. So I have suddenly just hit a brick wall where it becomes a lot more difficult, because all of a sudden you need a lot more volume to be able to feed everyone, and they're just everywhere. There's no clumps, there's no groups, there's no anything. I mean, having another bridge would definitely come in handy, but you just be able to feed every single building when people are just mixed in all over the place. You got colors galore, but just no one together. Ooh, yes, an orange over there. I mean, I've already got people, and at least that is the good part about having unzoned, is that generally you already have someone, just at least one person just ready and waiting. These light blues down here I think are the most surprising of the bunch because they're just all spawning together. I don't get it. It's unzoned. It should be looking something more marbled like this, or more like a mosaic, but it's just not. That's a perfect clump. And now I have a yellow as well, which, like I said, some people are already just ready and waiting. And again, what? I'm going to get every single motorway possible, all, like I said, 11 or 12 of them, because I just won't take anything else but the bridge or a motorway. And I haven't even been offered traffic lights or roundabouts or anything else. I mean, the tunnel makes sense, but nothing else besides that for, what, 3 or 4 weeks now. It's fantastic. I'd love just to maybe take a few of these guys around, just bridge them all the way up there, but I think that'll take about an hour for them together. I mean, I guess I also wouldn't mind testing it just to see how slow truly are bridges. But let's just see. They will go, and then they will put the brakes on. I wish I could just change the speed limit. Look at this. I mean, they're going, but we can see directly comparison with that light blue. It might be difficult for them long term. Wow. Okay, well, once again, what is going on? I don't get it. But obviously we just had the orange spawn up the top right, which is once again perfect because I already have oranges there. And so I guess I would now have 7 motorways unused. I just don't get it. How do I possibly have 7 motorways unused at over 1,000 points as well? I'm only using 2 out of 9 now. But 9 motorways at over 1,000 points is just insane. I've never really had such a thing before. I don't want to be using my bridge, and I can't. Ooh, wow, you really are in there, aren't you? I guess you're not exactly in use, but that's a bit of a shame. Ooh, yes, a white. I can already pilfer. Oh, well then. Yeah, go straight ahead. Literally, just go straight ahead. And I think you should be able to service everything until the end of time. I really do think that the hardest part becomes just finding every single person and making sure that everyone that needs to be connected in is connected in. I mean, now that we have this guy up here, that is definitely just going to be a grab a motorway from anywhere. I guess, where do I have a collection somewhat of these guys? I think maybe this pair down here is going to be my best bet. No, give me the motorway and chuck it there. Here we go. Motorway 3 all the way up and done. That's the best I can really do. Otherwise, no, I can't even connect this guy in if I wanted to, so he can just stay, and hopefully it's fine. I mean, so far there's not even close to being a pip on the board, besides, of course, this dark blue, which honestly, I'm just wondering, do I just give a motorway just to fix it before it even becomes a problem? You know what, I might just take these 2 guys and ship them up into there. At least that will then just add some more cars into the equation and just help break the back, and if I then still need to be giving in a motorway, then I can do it, because motorways are definitely going to be a lot more valuable than the bridges ever could, especially today. Well, I'm not sure if I've got every single motorway available or not, but it hasn't given me a motorway and a bridge combination in a couple of weeks now, and to be honest, I'm not complaining because it was just getting ridiculous and it just had to change at some point by chance. But I'm also just wondering, have they changed anything with the algorithm, or whatever you want to call it, the game mechanics, because it just doesn't feel like the traditional unzoned. It feels, I mean, not as screwing over. It just doesn't want to kill me at every possible turn. There are so many houses spawning in, but it's really difficult to keep track of where they all are. I mean, I've got, yeah, another one up there, blues everywhere, and look at this, that's just still become a crown now. And so, yeah, I think it's just been too long, but I'll just replace the really long bridge, which is fair enough, but the really long bridge of a motorway, and we'll just watch it melt away in seconds. Actually, can the map even spawn anyone else in? I mean, I don't believe I'm blocking up anything intentionally, but maybe I can rearrange something just to be able to get another building in. I guess with all the oranges and everyone spawning in, that's also the problem. Just so many houses just blocking it. I think this is the only spot left of the entire map, really. I guess also up the top left, and the bottom left. But man, it's only 2 or 3 maybe possible locations, which isn't great considering, wow, actually I'm already at 3,500 points, which doesn't feel like it should be. Light blue are definitely about to need some help though, because I can see that this guy is piling up. The top left is absolutely piling up, and it's not a big surprise. Like I said, 3,500 points, and we've just been cruising through. The bottom right is fine for a little bit longer, but I can't fit a roundabout or anything in there, sadly. So in terms of putting some more people into you, I guess that's a decent supply, and I'll just bridge it for now. Like I said, I'll use the motorways once I actually need to use them. I honestly cannot believe that I'm approaching 4,000 points with only 4 motorways on the board in an unzoned map. I have so much at my disposal, and so if I die with anything more with 2 or 3 motorways, I'm just not doing my job, because it's utterly ridiculous that I have that much infrastructure and it's this easy. It just shouldn't be. There's too much chaotic energy going on here that you usually cannot manage, but somehow it's just managing. 4,000 points, there it is, absolutely undisputed. I cannot believe it. There are still more cars and houses and everything just being on the board, and no more pips, not really. Oh, actually, I can see that that yellow is ramped up, and so let's pause it, evaluate the situation, see what I want to steal and who I want to steal from, and go from there. I think maybe there is 3 yellows down here that just look like they're ripe for the picking. Motorway 5 with still plenty more to go. I guess I'll go straight to the front door. It's only other 2 houses that I have to be contend with. What else can I possibly do? There just really isn't that many people that are just absolutely struggling, and there is no one that I can't fix unless I just don't have the cars on the board. If I just cannot get them in any sort of manner or fashion, then that was what is going to kill me. But so far, so good. We're back to this. Alrighty then. Well, I don't even know how many motorways that is. That is now 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, that is 11 motorways at 4,500 points. I mean, I guess usually it's impossible, but even that, you never get this kind of thing. I think my favorite part about having a high score is how fast it then truly does become, because you have so many cars and so much volume that it just races up. I mean, I feel as though I'm almost at 5,000 and I only just crossed 4,000 not too long ago. And so look, nothing is breaking down. It's just this easy, apparently, or allegedly, or supposedly. Somehow this guy up here is still struggling, and so I guess if I import a couple over probably to here, that'll allow more people, which is a double motorway, but I just don't want to put 3 motorways. Oh, okay, I'll take the bridge because why not? But I just don't want to put 3 motorways all ending and congesting this top left. I just would rather split it off earlier and take it over 1. See, this is what I was talking about in terms of making congestion, which I'm not too happy about, but there's not much I can really do about it. And then that will get rid of the bridge. That guy should then be happy. I just need more buildings to be spawning in, but it can't. There is not a single space left, I don't believe. I've used every single one, and so more light blues onto light blue line. Here you go. I'm about to be using every single motorway that I think I've got. Motorway 9. I cannot believe that this top left building is taking 4 motorways. So I was about to say 3, but no, 4. And then this top left dark blue can also have my final for now. Or I guess I've got 1 more once it comes back to me. But there is now all of a sudden 10 motorways on the board, and I don't blame it because I definitely don't doubt that it needs it, but I'm at 5,500 points. I cannot believe it. Here you go. You and you and you go into there. It's all good. I just can keep on going, or at least let's just see how far I can truly go. Come on, game, just clean your act up as I get all of these motorways and everything back. But, I mean, it's cleaned, but it's not particularly surviving, and there's nothing I don't feel as though now I think that I can do. I mean, especially not for the people that are dying. I will sure take another roundabout, but I've got so many people everywhere that need to be everywhere, and it's still not enough. I just cannot funnel anyone anymore. There is 10 motorways on the board and people are still dying just because there are so many cars, like up here, but just no room for what I need, like the roundabout, like all these congestion fixes. I mean, traffic lights will just kill me, I know that for a fact, and so, honestly, it's just time to sit back and just hope that I can get to 6,000. I believe I can get to 6,000, but how far truly can it go? It will be very close. Oh, actually, look at this. This guy is finally now just piling up, and that is not a problem whatsoever in terms of I understand why he is. I would love to be able to fix this entire schmozzle as well. Maybe getting rid of that so it's not just one house blocking everyone would be good. And then, you know what? I might just give white a motorway. It might sound a little bit ridiculous just because white I'm particularly dying. But like I said, everyone else should have and has got everything they need. This is what I've come up with because at least it just uses another bridge of mine, and it also just makes the white just a little bit closer to the motorway they need to be doing, and hopefully that is just enough volume for everyone. But this is basically my final form, and there is 6,000 points. I just need to pause and just make sure there's nothing else I can do. No, I'm not seeing anything, and so yeah, play it. I've crossed 6,000 points, and this is the best I can do, or this is the best I believe I can do. I don't know who's going to kill me. I imagine it'll be this guy because he's living on the edge at any one moment, but there are plenty of other people that have just breaking down as well. There's so many cars at some of these places as well. They just cannot get in. Come on, who's it going to be? Oh, the double buildings are always dangerous because they cannot take as much flow as they need, but it's going to be one of the blues. No, it was that guy. Oh my goodness, they probably just took too long to get there because it was such a long road, but 145 days. There is just no denying the fact that that is difficult in terms of just keeping track of everything, but having that many motorways, 11 motorways, and however many bridges, it just made the entire thing ridiculous in terms of how much was at my disposal. I'm blown away that I got a 6,000 point score on Lisbon while having unzoned and slow bridges, and so now I'm just curious as to see how did everyone else go. Let's just have a look. What is it going to be? Top 1%. Come on, show me the money. What is it going to be? 12. I just can never do it. I'm always confident, but I can never do it. 7,000, man. The amount of scores between these guys and me certainly isn't much. It would have been maybe a minute or two.